Hi everybody, in this video I'd like to show you how I made this planter box out of pallet wood. This is 12 by 36 inch on the inside, and you have a couple choices. You can put dirt directly in here, and I'll just warn you that if you do that, the dirt might dry up just because the moisture will seep through the boards. You might want to just line it with plastic, something like that, so the moisture doesn't run out. And if you just want to put a plant in the box itself, you could put some blocks of wood in there, whatever thickness you need, and your potted plant can just sit right on top of it. So, here's what I did.
Did you see those sparks on there? I failed to check for nails in the middle of my board, and so I did stop the video, stopped recording, and took the nails out, and I finished cutting it down to size, but I forgot to turn the recorder back on. So I have my piece here, and that's going to go into the middle of those boards.
Now that I have my base finished, what I'm going to do now is make 3 rows of pallets around the sides, and it's best, I guess, if you use pallet pieces that are off the same pallet. That means they'll probably be the same type of wood, that maybe have the same texture, so forth, maybe the same size cut. So these all came off the same size pallet, and these did too. These 6 are pretty much the same thicknesses, which is what I'm wanting for at least the long walls. These 2 here are just a little bit more narrow, so I'll use those for the ends that are 12 inches wide. And I do notice that these 2 are just a little bit shorter here, so I'll measure this one and this one, and it's just about a little over, I guess it's right at 3 3/8 wide. So I'll use this as my template, and these are pretty straight, but I'll cut all of them, the rest of these down on the table saw at 3 3/8 wide. If they were not very straight, I'd want to run them all through the table saw with my straight edge jig, and then cut them all the same width so that they match up as the wall get taller. And then same thing for the ends, I'd match them up as the same as whatever my thickness was. So I'm going to cut all these down, and then we'll start putting the walls together. next thing I'm going to do is work on the corner trim, which actually holds all of the walls together. And I'm going to use these thinner pieces from a different pallet. So what I do is I measure the width and I measure the thickness. And I subtract the thickness from the width. So this is right about 3/8 thick, and this is about 3 3/8 wide. So 3 3/8 minus 3/8 is 3 inches. I take that measurement and I cut it in half, so that's 1 1/2. And then that's what I use as my rib fence measurement on my table saw. So whenever you get the two pieces, this is the 1 1/2 inch strip, and that goes up against this wider piece right there. And then your measurements, this direction and this direction, should be pretty darn close. Granted, you've got the thickness of the blade that comes into play, so it's not going to be exact, but it looks pretty nice anyway. All right, well, there you go. Just a reminder, this is 12 by 36 dimensions on the inside. And a couple notes that I did. I used 1 1/4 inch brad nails to attach all of the base together, and then also the side walls. And I used 1 inch brads for the corner brackets in this middle piece here. You just have to be careful how long it is so that it doesn't shoot all the way through and create a sharp edge for you. Just a reminder, if you put dirt on the inside by itself, it may tend to dry out. I would recommend you lining it with something like plastic so that the water doesn't drain out completely. And the other option is to just put plants in there. You can put blocks inside of it so that whatever depth you need it so that the pot sits up high enough. Well, I hope this gives you some ideas on the things that you'd like to build. And if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe if you'd like to watch more. If you'd like to leave a comment or a suggestion, I really appreciate that just the same. Take care. Have fun. Bye.